I've been playing the Dead or Alive game since pretty much its whole lifespan. I remember the most memories is playing Dead or Alive 2 with my older brother, and there are just a lot of nostalgic memories there, from the characters to the gameplay, and just overall having a lot of fun time together. But the one thing that I've enjoyed most throughout the series is its soundtrack. It's just every game just has such an incredible soundtrack to go with the games. And although I've played 2 the most, and then 3, 4, and then I had a lot of fun with 5 and 6, I've not actually played the first one. But well, I didn't play the first one back when it came out, but I recently have gone back and played it, and I do actually feel that the game has aged relatively well over the years. And although the soundtrack is a completely different style to number 2 and onwards, it's still just an amazing soundtrack to go with that game. So here are my top 10 themes from the Dead or Alive series. Oh, this theme is so awesome. It starts off with that low key of the sort of computer sound, but then the deep bass and that trumpet, and then the awesome drums come in. It just builds up to a really epic melody, and then when that piano comes in with that really light-hearted sort of melody, it just kind of changes the whole tone of the theme. It just adds more awesomeness and epicness to the theme. It's just such an action-packed and overall nice to listen to. This one's one of the more orchestra sort of themes, and it starts off with that really powerful of the violin, and then the cello and the other violins come in. It just turns it into a really epic theme, and the drums that have the backing, it's just very emotional, and again, just such an awesome theme to listen to, and it really does describe Helena's character really well. It has that very theatre feel to it. This is one of the more oriental theme, and it starts off with that nice flute sound, and then the deep sort of drums come in. It has that really deep backing, and just again overall turns it into a really epic theme. Although it sounds more on the sad side, at the same time it's very emotional and impactful, and again, it just really describes Kasumi's character really well, of her struggles and her reasonings for fighting. how this theme just kicks in with the it's just very impactful and just gets you really pumped up for the fight ahead. And then that flute and string that plays the main melody, it's just very oriental and epic at the same time, and it has that very crystallized sort of feel to it as well. It's just, again, it's very oriental sort of bass, but at the same time it has some of that dance feel to it as well, and it's just such an awesome theme. Again, this theme just kicks in with that melody. It's just very impactful and awesome at the same time. It has that dance sort of feel, but at the same time it has a very oriental bass as well. And the sort of slow melody of the sort of string-like instrument, it just adds a lot of emotion and powerful drive to it. Although it's a simple melody, it's very awesome and just epic. Although this song has quite a slow starter with the single guitar string and the instruments that come in, it really builds up to be a really epic and awesome theme. Like the part that goes dunna, 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 it's just such an impactful melody, and although it's very simple, it's just such a strong and emotional feel to it. And then the melody that plays during the end that goes again, it's very powerful, emotional, and again describes Elliot's character really well. I couldn't decide between these two songs because it's basically the same song, but the other one's more darker and fits more with Kasumi's clone. So again, it has a very oriental theme and it also has some dance feeling to it as well. It's just has a lot of emotion and impactful drive to it. It really does explain Kasumi's struggles as she goes on with her story and just kind of resonates with you in a way. It's just such a powerful melody, very nice sounding, very emotional, impactful and deep. It's just definitely one of my favorites. Although this theme has a very simple melody that pretty much just repeats itself throughout the whole song, it's something about the instruments that play that has a very deep impact and emotional feel to it. Like the drums that kick in and plays that very slow beat, it's very awesome, but at the same time it feels you, well, it kind of pumps you up for the fight. Again, it's just very awesome and overall nice to listen to. Although this song has a slow start up, again it's very emotional, like with the vocal that goes it just starts off the song on a strong note, and then the electric guitar that plays for the backing is just very impactful, and then the solo guitar that plays the melody, again it's very strong and emotional, and then towards the end it goes it's just very emotional and awesome. It's just such a nice theme to listen to. Before I get to my number one, I'd just like to mention a few honourable mentions that didn't quite make the list of my top 10, but at the same time are very well up there.
This winding road was made long ago. Things I must do, I'm not afraid now. Burying our hearts eternally. But I am not afraid.
Man, this theme is just pure awesome. It starts off with a really strong sort of guitar, dun, 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 dun. It's very impactful, and then it gets you pumped up for a fight straight away. And then an electric guitar that plays the melody. It's just very up and down, but it's very strong and impactful, and there's a lot of emotion towards it as well. And then towards the end, when that string comes into play, that extra melody, it's just very nice sounding. It's just such an awesome theme. It's very epic, awesome, emotional, deep, and inspiring. So it's definitely earned my #1 spot. So that's my top 10 Dead or Alive themes. If you share any of the ones I like, please put them down in the comments below, or even have your own top 10s. I'd really like to know. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, always look forward, keep hope alive, and remember, you're somebody.